Alright, what's going on everybody? I'm Mark with the EBBB Beer Bureau. We're going to do another blind review for you. And this one I found when I was out in Seattle, and I didn't even know Firestone Walker made this beer. Old Man Hattan. Cocktail inspired blended ale at 9%. I had it on tap out there. Thought it was delicious, and then I found out they were selling bottles of it. So I have Brian and Maury out there waiting to come in and give this a shot, see what they can guess what it is. So enjoy.
These blinds are always something else. All right.
There's definitely sugary sweetness to this.
Yeah, and it's like malty. It kind of smells like a hefty brown or a light porter on the nose. Definitely some chocolatey aromas going on.
It's probably some crazy ass like strong ale or something like that that we're
Right?
way off balance on.
There is some dark fruit there too, for sure, you know?
I was thinking like not quite, not like a plum, but like there is something like maybe
Oh yeah,
cherry,
for sure. Raisins.
dates. We'll just go down the regular
Yeah, of
list.
course, you know. Cheers.
Cheers. Pumpkin. That's what I get.
Wow. Not sure what I taste.
It reminds me of pumpkin squash.
Yeah, it's not in your face though, you know? I
No.
mean, I could see something like that.
I mean, it's not like a whole hog. It's not like,
Mm-mm.
unless it's the new variant of like Southern Tier.
It's malty, it's sweet, it has the dark fruit flavors a little bit for me.
A little bit of like cinnamon.
You know, the one thing this beer really tastes to me is aged. I don't feel like this beer is fresh. I feel like this is something that is like, that maybe Pyle's been sitting on.
Like an
Or
old,
someone
like an
else
old
was
caution
sitting on.
contains.
Well, no,
There's no
because this
vanilla.
is way too dark for that.
For Pyle's mystery beer.
It's a mystery.
It is. There's a lot going on with this, first and foremost. But once I got to that sip, I feel like it's a pumpkin beer of sorts. I don't know. It could be, like you said, like a pumpkin porter. It could be a strong ale. It could be some kind of funky barley wine. Who knows what it is. But I don't think it's got a super high ABV. It's got a kind of thinner mouthfeel for whatever the style is. But with that said, it's drinking pretty good. I mean, there's no knock on it. I'm right around for this mystery beer. I'm like between two scores, between a 4 and a 4 1/4. And I think I'm going to err with caution and go 4.25 on it. I like it for not knowing what the heck it is.
Right.
So I'm going to give it a 4 1/4.
Okay. I'm going to give it a 4 again. You know, not again for this beer, but again, I tend to go with 4s on these blind reviews.
Because you
when I'm
just
not-
don't know.
Right, yeah, because you're unsure of what it is, and this is a pretty good beer, and a 4 is a pretty good, but I don't know. I get subtle hints of like squash, like you're saying. It doesn't scream pumpkin to me. I wouldn't be surprised if it was one
Right.
now. But like I said, if it is a pumpkin beer, and even if it's not a pumpkin beer, I think this beer is aged. It tastes aged. It's real smooth. It's mellow. It drinks big, so I think the ABV might be high like we talked about, but it's real smooth now. And so I'm guessing this is an aged ale that is like a porter base, or it doesn't taste overly Belgian-y. So I don't want to go with like a Belgian strong ale type of thing.
I wonder
but,
if it's like an old age, like Avery, that pumpkin, the weird spelling of that.
KY.
Yeah, the KY, like something. I mean,
that beer is so aggressive, though. I'd be surprised if it mellowed this much. But anyway,
Pyle's old and like has old beer
for sure, for sure.
that we don't even know about. Like there's a closet full of it. So, oh, that was a.
All right, Pyle, you want to say anything before I pull the?
You go ahead and pull it, and I'll read it as you're pulling it. Featuring featuring a blend of 5 notable Firestone Walker beers aged in cherry, orange, and aromatic bitter barrels. The result is a barnstorming beer that exhibits pronounced whiskey notes while artfully expressing essences of both old-fashioned and Manhattan cocktails.
Wow.
Wow, there's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Exactly.
crazy.
Yeah, because like once I sipped it, man, that's where like that whole squashy gourd.
I wasn't.
But there was some
getting that until
cherry
you
on
said
it.
that. I'm like, yeah, it's got that spices and stuff kind of going on.
9.6%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good call on the 10%.
And it says bourbon barrel aged on it. See, this is the least barrel forward
Yeah.
aroma that
For
I've
fi-
ever
for
got from a
Firestone,
Firestone
But
Walker.
aged
Even
in
on
the
the flavor.
cherry and the bitters and
Yeah.
the orange, that's gonna knock that down. But
Right, and I got those fruity flavors,
Yep.
a little bit. But wow, this was a good one to do blind. This threw me for a real loop.
as soon as I find out they had bottles of it, I'm like,
Yeah, that's a great
I wouldn't
blind.
mind scoring one of these. Sit on
Yeah.
2 of them, 3.
And it's fresh.
Yeah,
So I was
29.
completely off base with the, but
We both were.
yeah,
I
We
had,
just
a,
went because Powell's old,
I had
Right.
a 14-ounce pour of this on tap out in Seattle.
and you're still alive.
gotcha.
It was wonderful.
Well, thanks, Mark.
Yeah,
This is a good
thanks.
one to do blind. We appreciate it. Till next time, guys.
Cheers.